Everyone, this is Linda. I want to thank every one of you all for being concerned about my health. I was feeling really badly, but I did go to the doctor and I had a little infection, sinus infection, and I got some antibiotics, and now I am feeling great. But I want to thank you all so much for being so kind and concerned. Thank you guys. Hello everyone, this is Linda, and I would like to tell you guys a little story from my past. I don't know, I was thinking about this for a while now, but just bringing memories have been coming back to me of my grandmother and when I was growing up. Um, you know, last year, September 2016, my grandmother passed away. Now, this is my father's mother. Now, you guys, some may say, that is so sad. It is sad. It's sad when a loved one goes, but you know, in my grandmother's case, I, there's no sadness. My grandmother was 105 years old when she passed away. Now, when I was growing up, my grandmother was strong, and she she took control of situations. She made quick decisions. She was the head of the house, like. But I came from a little bit different kind of family setting, I guess you would say. In the house was my grandmother, my aunt, which is her sister, my Aunt Louise, who was very, very, she was kind and she spoke softly. Yeah. So if anytime a child was going to get a whipping, especially me, if I was going to get a whipping for doing something, I want my Aunt Louise to whip me because she was just so. She would cry more than me. Yeah. But anyway, getting back to what I'm saying is that my grandmother was very, very strong. Um, But of course, as she got older, the great great grandchildren, they only knew her when this horrible disease of dementia set in. And what they saw was this woman who was weak and she didn't remember a lot, you know. And so that's just one of the horrible things of dementia and Alzheimer's. But listen, when I was growing up, she was so strong. She was a whip. Look, I'm serious. But she was an awesome, awesome woman. So one day, she and her sister, my Aunt Louise, they baked pies. Yeah, they baked pies. They had cherry pies, apple pies, and when I grew up, like I said, my grandmother had my father have 16 siblings, and my grandmother was the kind of woman, she didn't believe for you to go out and get married and go off and live on. She believed in you going and get your woman or your man and marry them and bring them home. Yeah. So we had this whole community of, they would build a house on the land, so everybody had their own individual houses, but we were like in walking distance from each other. So anyway, this particular day, my grandmother and her sister baked these pies. And so they set them all in the window. Crazy, but so true. This is a true story. Set them in the window, and it was like 3 o'clock in the evening when they set these pies in this window for everything to cool off till my grandfather would come home. So anyway, my brother and uncle, my brother have passed away since then, But my brother, my uncles, and a lot of the boys in the family, including me too now, I did this too, but I didn't get charged for it. But anyway, we all took a pie. They must have had about 10 pies out there, you know? So we all took a pie and we went, like at my house, in the back of my house. We have a huge yard in back there. And we ate these pies. They were hot, but we ate them. And my grandfather told my aunt, she says, Louise, why don't you go out there and give me one of them pies? So my Aunt Louise came back in and she said, you know, them kids done took them pies. My grandmother just blew up. And she called for everybody to come in the house. Everybody. So I'm standing there. I got pie crumbs all over. My Uncle August, who is my mother's youngest brother, he really had pie all over his face, that cherry pie filling all over. And he was like, I didn't eat no pie. And oh my God, all I could hear was this whip coming in the wind. It was like a woof, 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 woof. It was my Uncle Mason Nine. My grandmother took it and just threw it. And it was just whipping in the wind. And it hit my Uncle August. I promise you. Knocked him out. So we was all going over to attend him, and my grandmother said, leave him alone. He gonna be okay. He gonna wake up, but he gonna know not to steal no pies anymore. It is crazy the things that you go through. Now, you know, these days, my grandmother probably would be sitting in jail. But in those days, that's how you learned the lesson, you know. And really, my Uncle August is good. He's great. He's doing wonderful. He's still doing good. But we still laugh about that pie. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that memory with you all. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Later, y'all.